She earned the nickname the Junkyard Queen on Storage Wars. But Mary Padian's story goes far beyond abandoned storage units and quirky collectibles. With a sharp eye for design and a magnetic personality, Mary quickly became a fan favorite. On the show, however, in recent years, she's quietly faded from the public eye, and now unsettling truths are beginning to emerge. Behind the charm and creativity lies a more complex reality, one shaped by difficult personal decisions, private struggles, and surprising revelations that have left even her most devoted followers stunned. What really happened once the cameras stopped rolling? Why did Mary disappear from the spotlight? And what heartbreaking news has recently come to light? Mary Padian is best known for her time on the hit reality series Storage Wars, but her life story stretches far beyond the world of treasure hunting. Born on August 24, 1980 in Dallas, Texas, Mary grew up in a household that valued grit, creativity, and resourcefulness. Her parents, Teresa and John Padian, instilled in her a practical mindset, especially her father, who ran a scrap metal business. He made a living collecting discarded metal, melting it down and exporting it for reuse. That same ethos of giving the old a second chance would one day shape Mary's entire career. Mary attended school in Texas before enrolling at the University of Texas at Austin, where she majored in photojournalism. It was during her college years that she found herself unexpectedly connected to someone from a very different world, Jenna Bush, daughter of then-President George W. Bush. At one point, Mary and Jenna even shared a living space. The presence of Secret Service agents on campus was a constant reminder of Jenna's high-profile background. But Mary described the experience as strangely normal. In a later interview on the Mystery Men podcast, Mary revealed that while the Secret Service did follow Jenna, their presence was low-key and surprisingly easy to ignore. They did their job so well, she recalled. Still, there were moments when the reality of the situation sank in, especially when Mary reflected on how little control Jenna had over the life chosen for her. Mary graduated in 2003 with a degree in photojournalism. It's a milestone that opened the door to her future in media and design. She began her career with an internship at a newspaper known simply as the DEA, before making a bold move to New York City. Her first year in Manhattan was tough, filled with hustle, uncertainty, and relentless pursuit of opportunity. But perseverance paid off. Mary landed a coveted position at Architectural Digest, one of the world's most renowned interior design magazines. It was there that she met Paige Rents, the magazine's iconic editor-in-chief, and found her a connection that would prove instrumental in shaping Mary's aesthetic and career path. Paige Rents, the legendary editor-in-chief of Architectural Digest, quickly recognized Mary Padian's creative spark and took her under her wing. As a mentor and guide, Paige helped Mary rise through the ranks to become an assistant editor. With Paige's encouragement and her own drive for innovation, Mary launched a side project that would soon become her signature, Mary's Finds, a video blog where she showcased her unique knack for transforming discarded items into beautiful, repurposed treasures. The vlog gained traction quickly and earned a spot on the magazine's official website. Through Mary's Finds, she introduced a business concept that was ahead of its time, rescuing forgotten items and giving them a second life as chic, functional decor for interior designers and collectors. Each episode highlighted her latest creations, pieces infused with history, charm, Mary's unmistakable touch. But in 2010, when Paige Rents retired, something shifted. The magic Mary had felt at Architectural Digest began to fade. Sensing it was time for a new chapter, she made a bold decision. She left New York and returned home to Texas, ready to turn her creative vision into something tangible. Back in Dallas, inspiration struck almost immediately. Mary saw potential in those video blogs she used to produce. What if she could bring that same energy into a physical space? A real shop where customers could see, touch, and take home the items she loved. To find and reimagine, that's when her uncle made a timely suggestion. There was a vacant storefront next to his law office on Market Center Boulevard. It was modest, but it had potential. Mary didn't hesitate. Within 6 months, she launched her first brick-and-mortar business, Mary's Finds. From the very beginning, she ran the shop entirely on her own. Despite having no formal business training, Mary relied on her instincts, creativity, and relentless determination. Asha. Her shop became known for its eclectic mix of refurbished furniture, vintage collectibles, and handmade home decor. The formula was simple: find hidden gems, reimagine them, let them shine. She sourced her inventory from a wide variety of places: thrift stores, estate sales, even abandoned storage units. But Mary's treasure hunts often took her far beyond the city. She regularly drove to tiny, out-of-the-way towns she lovingly called podunks, where overlooked antiques and forgotten relics awaited discovery. Mary also formed close relationships with seasoned pickers like Nash and Rodney, local antique dealers who always had something special tucked away. These connections became a valuable part of her sourcing routine. But Mary didn't just resell what she found. She transformed it, whether adding a pop of paint, carving a custom design, or applying an unexpected artistic twist. She brought each piece back to life with creativity and care. In one memorable project, she etched a detailed pattern into a wooden coffee table, using nothing more than an empty ballpoint pen. Even without formal training in art or furniture design, Mary approached every project with heart and fearlessness. Her creativity knew no limits. Among her most unforgettable finds, Louis Vuitton-inspired felt bicycle discovered in Webster, Texas, antique hair dryers from the 1950s, and classic punch clocks once used in old factories. Mary had an unmatched eye for spotting beauty in the forgotten and the discarded. Mary, Padian's fearless style and unique taste weren't just random traits. They were forged by the people, experiences, and risks that shaped her journey. From her early internship at D Magazine to the invaluable mentorship she received at Architectural Digest, Mary had built a creative foundation few could rival. But even with that background, launching a business from scratch was no easy feat. She poured every last dollar she had into Mary's finds, surviving on peanut butter sandwiches for nearly a year just to keep the dream alive. Running the store alone was one of her greatest challenges. Mary handled everything: sourcing, restoring, and selling without a single employee. Yet she never backed down. Her mindset was clear and humble. Even if the shop closed tomorrow, she'd still be proud of what she had built. Then came the twist that changed everything. One evening, just as Mary was closing up after a typical day at the shop, a television producer happened to wander in. They'd been in the area visiting Mo Pregoff's store nearby and decided to check out Mary's finds. Intrigued by the eclectic collection, the producer asked if Mary had refurbished all the items herself. Unaware of who she was talking to, Mary casually said yes and went back to work. The very next day, the producer returned, this time with a colleague. That second visit set everything in motion. Soon after, Mary was introduced to Mo Pregoff, the flamboyant and eccentric cast member of Storage Wars, Texas, a spin-off of the hit A&E series. Mo was impressed by Mary's eye for design and invited her to tag along to a storage auction. For Mary, it was like stepping into an entirely new world, an unexpected adventure filled with mystery, risk, and hidden gems. She quickly realized that storage auctions weren't just a potential source of inventory, they were a treasure hunt. She began attending more auctions, learning the ins and outs, developing her instincts, and uncovering finds she could repurpose with her signature flair. By the start of Season 2, Mary was officially welcomed onto the cast of Storage Wars, Texas. While other cast members came from backgrounds in flipping or high-stakes bidding, Mary brought something different: an artistic eye refined through years of magazine work and a love for transforming the forgotten into the beautiful. Paired with Mo, she quickly found her rhythm, navigating the chaotic and often unpredictable world of storage auctions with style, humor, and determination. Over the years, Mary made some incredible discoveries, but one find stood out among the rest. During an episode of Storage Wars, Texas, Mary stumbled upon what turned out to be an ancient Byzantine grenade. In an interview with Sparefoot, she revealed the bizarre but fascinating truth. The ceramic grenade once held Greek fire, a mysterious and fearsome weapon from the Byzantine Empire. Greek fire was no ordinary weapon. Used between the 4th and 15th centuries, it was a liquid incendiary so powerful that even water couldn't extinguish it. When launched, often from pressurized nozzles on ships like an ancient flamethrower, would cling to surfaces and burn with an intensity that terrified enemies. It could also be stored in small ceramic containers, like the one Mary found. When thrown, these grenades shattered on impact, igniting uncontrollable flames. What made Greek fire even more terrifying was the secrecy surrounding it. The exact formula was a closely guarded state secret. Byzantine military personnel only knew how to handle their individual part, whether it was the ignition device, the liquid mixture, or the deployment mechanism. No one knew the whole recipe, and when the empire finally fell, the knowledge disappeared with it. To this day, modern scientists have tried and failed to recreate Greek fire, experimenting with everything from crude oil to resin and sulfur, has matched the original's legendary, water-resistant burn. How a Byzantine weapon ended up in a Texas storage locker remains a mystery. Even Mary admits she has no explanation, but that's part of what makes her story so captivating. Most people don't find a centuries-old artifact tucked away in a dusty box. And yet, that kind of unpredictability is exactly what makes the world of storage auctions so addicting. Fans of Mary's finds and her mystery boxes have uncovered everything from rare vintage has dispensers to unopened bubblegum packs from 1992. Every unit holds the possibility of something strange, valuable, or just plain fun, exactly the kind of magic Mary Padian has built her career on. One fan even shared an unboxing video on YouTube, excitedly showcasing the nostalgic treasures tucked inside Mary's mystery box. But among all the quirky and unexpected finds, that ancient Byzantine grenade still stands out for its rarity, its historical weight, and the centuries-old questions it continues to raise. Still, remarkable finds like that weren't enough to lift Storage Wars Texas to the level of the original series. The Texas spin-off ran for just 4 seasons. While some fans appreciated its local charm, many critics and viewers felt it lacked the spark of its California counterpart. Online reviews reflected that sentiment. On Reddit, where Texas pride often runs high, even locals admitted they preferred the original show. One IMDb user called the spin-off lackluster after just a few episodes, while a Reddit commenter placed it only marginally ahead of the short-lived Storage Wars. New York. The verdict was clear. Not all storage-based reality TV is created equal. When A&E canceled the Texas series in 2014, Mary Padian, widely regarded as the breakout star, was suddenly without a regular platform, but that didn't last long. Viewers weren't ready to let her go. Her growing fan base and undeniable on-screen appeal helped convince the network to bring her back, this time as part of the main Storage Wars cast in California. That same year, Mary packed up and headed west, stepping into the competitive world of veteran buyers like Brandy Pisante, Dave Hester, and Daryl Sheets. Initially brought on as a guest in Season 5, Mary quickly proved her value. By Season 6, she had earned her place as a full-time cast member. She quickly became a fan favorite, earning playful nicknames like the Junkyard Queen and the Junkster. Not just for show, it embodied the grit, style, and heart. Those names suggested Mary dove headfirst into dusty, cluttered lockers, never afraid to get her hands dirty. What set her apart wasn't just her sharp eye for value, but her energy, instincts, and raw creativity. She followed her gut, and more often than not, it paid off. Her real magic, transforming forgotten junk into something beautiful and valuable week after week. While her talent and determination were front and center, Mary's natural charm and approachable appearance also helped her win over fans. She brought humor, honesty, and humanity to the show, whether hauling furniture in the summer heat or wearing a fake baby bump for laughs. These unscripted moments gave audiences a glimpse of her down-to-earth personality and her willingness to embrace the chaos. There was even buzz about a possible spark with fellow cast member Brandon Sheets. Brandon was openly charmed by Mary, once calling her beautiful on camera, and the two shared plenty of flirty banter. But despite the fan speculation, they never dated. In fact, Mary formed a much deeper connection with fellow buyer Ivy Calvin. She often referred to him as her BFF for life, especially after he bought a few of her pieces items she half-jokingly admitted were basically junk. On the Fridays with Flea Style podcast, Mary shared that she might never have crossed paths with someone like Ivy outside the auction world, which made their friendship all the more special. One of Mary's standout episodes came in season 11, titled Bozak, Dat Whip episode 28. The episode earned an impressive 7.9 rating on IMDb Rare for a show well into its 11th season. In it, the crew traveled to Orange, California, where Mary uncovered what seemed to be a worthless, water-damaged unit. But hidden inside soggy boxes, she discovered a 14-year-old peanut butter maker worth nearly $1,000. It was a classic Mary. Moment chaos turned into cash. Season 11 proved to be a surprise hit overall, with multiple episodes earning strong ratings. Even Season 12, though shorter, with just 16 episodes, delivered solid numbers. Mary remained a central figure in several key moments, including the episode Sweet OM, where she stepped away from the stress of bidding to try yoga. Episodes like this gave fans more than just the usual auction drama. They offered rare, personal glimpses into the lives of their favorite buyers. After Storage Wars went on indefinite hiatus in 2019. Mary didn't vanish. She stayed active on social media, particularly Instagram, where she continued to share glimpses of her creative projects and personal life. She also launched her own line of branded merchandise, some of it signed, and kept a steady connection with her fans, so when Season 13 eventually aired without her, the disappointment was palpable. Her absence surprised many and left a noticeable void in the cast dynamic. Now that the series has mostly come to a close, one big question remains. What happened to Mary Padian? Where is she now? While Mary has never given a public explanation for stepping away from the show, there are clues. And those clues may reveal a woman who chose something rarer than fame, peace, purpose, and a path on her own terms. One major turning point came when Mary Padian quietly left California and returned to her home state of Texas. The move signaled more than just a change in scenery, marked a return to her roots and a deliberate shift in focus. Rather than chasing the spotlight, Mary seemed ready to pursue a more grounded path, centered around creativity, purpose, and impact. Back in Texas, she quickly found her rhythm again, doing what she does best, turning overlooked objects into one-of-a-kind treasures. By the summer of 2019, she was splitting her time between Dallas and Austin while channeling her energy into something close to her heart: Ubuntu Life, a nonprofit dedicated to empowering women in Kenya. Ubuntu Life supports Kenyan mothers by helping them create and sell fair trade goods, with proceeds funding a medical center for children with neurological conditions. Mary's passion for this mission shines through her social media, where she frequently showcases the joy bracelet she helped design. Every bracelet sold represents not just a piece of art, but a step toward dignity and opportunity for the women who made it. It's a clear reflection of Mary's evolving priorities, using her platform not just for profit but for purpose. Like many small businesses, her physical store, Mary's Finds, was forced to close during the COVID-19 pandemic. But instead of shutting down completely, Mary pivoted. Her brand found new life online. Today, her website offers a colorful and eclectic mix of vintage home decor, handmade goods, glassware, ceramics, toys, and collectibles, all curated through her sharp and seasoned eye. As Mary likes to say, she rummages through wreckage to salvage vintage. Her loyal followers are here for it, though she's no longer a regular on Storage Wars. Mary made a brief surprise appearance in the Season 13 premiere. She returned to support her longtime friend Brandy Pasante, who was going head-to-head with her ex Gerald Schultz. Mary's presence brought some lighthearted support, but it was Ivy Calvin who ultimately walked away with the winning bid. Even so, fans were thrilled to see her back, even just for a moment. A behind-the-scenes selfie she posted with Brandy sparked a wave of nostalgia online, with fans joking that neither of them had aged a day. Beyond her store and charitable efforts, Mary has quietly built a strong presence on social media. She's become a trusted voice for sustainable living, regularly partnering with eco-friendly and women-owned brands. Through her videos, she shares personal moments, thrifting tips, and honest reflections, offering her audience something far more authentic than typical influencer content. By 2022, it was clear Mary had evolved. She had shifted from reality TV personality to conscious creator and small business advocate. While she's never publicly explained why she didn't return for Storage Wars Season 13, the reason now feels less important. What matters more is that Mary Padian didn't fade away, she simply found a new direction. She's still treasure hunting, still designing, still creating. But more than that, she's making a difference in a way only Mary can, with heart, style, and on her own terms.